The wisdom of fasting in Ramadan is believing that Allah is the Lord that meets the needs of His servants under His existence and affects and disciplines a person's social and personal life. Indeed, Ramadan is the month in which we are most grateful for the blessings of Allah. One of the many wisdoms of fasting in terms of Allah's lordship is this. By equipping various food, beverages and blessings, Allah has turned the earth into a dinner table for people. As people benefit from this earthly table, we see the mercy towards all humanity, namely in the name Rahman. By giving different blessings to every continent and every land, we see Allah's special mercy for every servant, namely in the name Rahim. Many people are in error because they are indifferent to those around them. They fail to see the name of Allah, the merciful and the compassionate, and fail to notice the blessings that Allah has given to people. Ramadan reminds people of the existence of these blessings by being hungry. People who wait until the evening, when they break their fast at the time determined by Allah, understand from whom the blessings come, in a way befitting worship. Their reckless demeanor disappears. Fasting in Ramadan is the key expression of humans' true, pure, clean, and general gratitude. Because most non-hungry people do not realize the value of many blessings due to not feeling the hunger. Just dry bread or any ordinary food does not seem like a blessing to people who are full and rich, and they do not understand the value of this blessing. However, at the time of iftar, when that dry bread or food is tasted, it turns into a precious blessing from Allah for us believers. Everyone from the richest to the poorest enters into a spiritual gratitude by understanding the value of those blessings in Ramadan. Allah's prohibition of eating and drinking at certain times means that believers say, "Those blessings are not my property. I am not free to eat and drink them. They are someone else's property and blessings. I am waiting for His order." Thus, He makes humans understand that the owner of all the sustenance in the world is Allah. People have different economic structures. Measures of wealth and poverty are different from each other. Allah Almighty invites the rich to the aid of the poor. If there was no fasting, the rich people who are fond of their desires would not see how painful and distressing hunger and poverty are. The rich would not be able to realize how less fortunate people need compassion and feel what they felt. People are responsible for finding those less fortunate than themselves. Allah commands people to be merciful to those below Him. That's why the rich people who are fasting during Ramadan fully understand and feel the meaning of their charity, which turns into a sincere, heartfelt help. Fasting in Ramadan disciplines the souls of believers because the human soul wants itself free and accepts it as such. It does not want to be dependent on any authority and does not accept itself to be a kind of servant. The soul begins to see itself as superior and wants to achieve everything. However, Allah created every blessing to educate His servants. But the selfish side of people do not accept this reality, especially if a person thinks that every blessing in the world is his right, has wealth and power in the world, and lives far from Allah. This thought sometimes turns into an overpowering force. It turns into a behavior of eating and drinking everything with an animal-like instinct. In Ramadan, everyone's soul, from the richest to the poorest, understands that it is not the owner of everything on earth. This person drinks if Allah wills. This person is not free. He cannot do whatever he wants. He is only a servant of Allah. Unless Allah allows, we cannot eat or drink, or perhaps we can't even sleep. And these are considered some of the easiest and most comfortable things that we do. There is an authority and a power that allows us to do so. Shortly, we are only a servant of Allah. Ramadan is a material and spiritual fasting for people. The human soul is not careful about what it eats and what it drinks. We as people want to eat as much as we can. We cannot restrain ourselves. We only harm our bodies medically, but we also poison our souls by attacking everything without first researching whether it's halal or haram. We become insatiable by overeating. Filling their stomachs with overeating, people cause their body to force entire organs to deal with the contents of their stomach. However, organs have many other functions. The eye must see the beauty of the world, the ear must hear the rhythm of the universe, and the other senses must feel the beauties created by Allah. But overeating and overdrinking cause these organs to take care of only the stomach. They become like the janitor of the stomach. However, Allah commands His servants to be careful about eating and drinking. He prohibits overeating. In Ramadan, people restrain their desire to overeat by being hungry. Thus, man is not a servant of the body, but his body becomes a servant of man. Now the reins are in the hands of the person, not the stomach. Human beings always have the goal of being superior by nature. A human is busy pretending to be a god, like Pharaoh during the time of Moses. No matter how many torments he suffers, that nature stays with him. But with hunger, that nature is broken. Fasting in Ramadan directly strikes and breaks the Pharaoh-like nature of the human being. The human then shows his weakness and poverty and declares that he is a servant. Ramadan is not just an order that disciplines the stomach. It ensures that all human organs and senses such as eyes, ears, hearts, dreams, and ideas are also fasting. It keeps people away from empty deeds and words that are forbidden. It leads these organs to worship Allah and become a servant. For example, we can fast by separating our tongue from lies, backbiting, and ignorant expressions, and instead occupy the tongue with recitation of the Qur'an, dhikr, tasbih, salawat, and istighfar. Forbidding your eyes from looking at haram and your ears from hearing bad things, but using your eyes in the way of Allah and using your ears to listen to the truth and the Qur'an is also considered a form of fasting. Since the stomach cannot keep the body busy by being hungry, other organs can easily fulfill their duties. In short, fasting destroys the body's idea of being superior by nature. It allows us to appreciate all blessings, no matter how small or big it might seem, and understand its owner. It allows us to understand the gratitude of the blessings we have obtained. It shows that we are not free, but rather we are servants of Allah.